Yo, team, I'm Coach Ray. I'm a triathlon coach who specializes in coaching beginner and recreational athletes to achieve their sporting as well as their health and fitness goals. In today's short video, I'm going to take you through week 2 of my 8-week Ironman 70.3 swim success training plan. Now, this training plan is for 70.3 athletes who have a busy life, whether you've got family or work commitments that limit the amount of time you've got to train, you've got too many commitments and not enough hours in the day. That doesn't mean you can't achieve a goal of completing an Ironman 70.3. Particularly, this plan is for people that are feeling unprepared for the swim on race day. They've been struggling with generic plans that don't fit their lifestyle. Now, if you want bike and run training as well, at the end of the video, I've got some options for you. And also, if you want a strength plan that was going to complement your triathlon training, I've got an option for that at the end of the video as well. Let's have a look at the key points for the week. We're going to continue that momentum we started last week, developing that consistency. This is where we're built or continuing to build into the training. Those sessions are going to start getting longer over the next couple of weeks. This week's workouts, if we're swimming on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, now you don't have to swim on those days. It's just the way this plan is currently laid out. You can move those sessions to other days of the week. On Monday, we've got Ironman 70.3 swim success session 4. On Tuesday, we've got session 5, and Thursday, session 6. Monday's session is based around a set of 2 by 800 meters. On Tuesday, 2 main sets, 12 by 100 meters, and then followed with 12 by 25 meters. And on Thursday, we've got 2 broken 400s. I'll cover those sessions in detail for you. But Monday's session, Ironman 70.3 swim success session 4, we include that technique work as we nearly always do. Focus is building stamina and aerobic efficiency. We're going to start with a 400-meter warm-up. Now, just a word on distances. These sessions are designed for 25-meter or 50-meter swimming pools. But if you're swimming in a 25 or a 50-yard pool, instead of doing 400 meters, do 400 yards. It's going to take about the same duration, maybe a little bit quicker if you're in the yards pool because it's slightly shorter. We're only talking small differences and it's not going to have a significant impact on your training. So starting off with a 400-meter warm-up, it doesn't need to be a continuous swim. Feel free to stop and stretch, grab a quick sip every few lengths or so if you wish. If you're comfortable swimming 400 meters non-stop and enjoy doing so, get amongst it, just swim it nice and relaxed, warm up. The next set is 8 by 50 meters drill swim. So that's 50 meters is broken in half. The first 25 meters is done using a swim drill, putting a focus on one aspect of your swim stroke. The next 25 meters, we're incorporating that technique improvements into your regular swimming stroke. There's no pause between the drill and the swim. It's just hit the wall, push straight back off. Once you've done that full 50 meters, take a wee pause, 10 to 15 seconds. Focus your mind on what the next drill entails so that you can successfully complete that. If you want some ideas of drills you can complete or include, there's a link in the description that takes you to the full article on my website for these workouts. And in there are a number of recommended or suggested drills you could include, including videos on how to complete those. Moving on to the main set of this session, 2 by 800 meters. Take a 1 minute or a 60-second rest interval between those two sets and then finish with a 200-meter cool down. As with the warm-up, the cool down doesn't need to be a continuous swim. Feel free to stop and stretch at any point during that cool down. Also, feel free to include some backstroke and breaststroke into that cool down. Overall, this session is 2,600 meters. Enjoy it. Tuesday's session, once again, we're including a reasonable amount of technique work. We're including a threshold efforts followed by higher intensity sprints. So we're working on swimming faster when we're already pre-fatigued. So today's warm-up is going to be 600 meters. As with the previous sessions last week and on Monday, feel free to stop and stretch throughout that warm-up. It doesn't need to be continuous. When we get into the drill set, there's 12 repetitions to complete, 25 meters of drill. We're not continuing on and incorporating that straight into our regular swimming technique. We're just doing the drills today. The first of the main sets, 12 by 100 meters with a 15-second rest. We're pushing the pace on these efforts, but we're only getting 15 seconds rest. So make sure you don't push too fast and blow up. We want to be able to sustain the pace that you're swimming the first rep all the way through to the 12th rep. After that, we're moving on to the sprint set, 12 by 25 meters with a 15-second rest interval. Relative to the distance being swum, the rest is longer, so you can push the pace on these sprints. And then wrapping up with a 200-meter cool down. Once again, feel free to include some breaststroke, some backstroke, and stop and stretch throughout the cool down. 2,600 meters all up for this session. The final session for the week, we're focusing on technique work again, as we do for most workouts. And it's a mix of faster stamina swimming with the threshold swimming in the broken 400s. So, 600-meter warm-up, as always, continuous. It doesn't need to be a continuous swim. You can break that up and do some stretching throughout that warm-up. We've then got our drill swim set, 8 reps, 50 meters, broken into 25-meter drill, 25-meter swim, and then take that short 10 to 15 second pause between reps. Just focus the mind, refresh in your head what you're doing for the next drill. Now we've got 2 broken 400s to do. Now broken 400, we swim 400 meters continuously, non-stop. We take a short rest, in this instance 30 seconds rest interval, and then we swim 400 meters broken up, in this case into 4 100-meter repetitions with a 10-second rest interval after each rep. And then we repeat that a second time. So in reality, a broken 400 is 800 meters long, and we've got 2 of them to complete. Push the pace on both the 400 and the 100s. Obviously, you'll go faster in the 100s. Wrap the session up with a 200-meter cool down, total of 2,600 meters. As with all cool downs, doesn't need to be continuous and include some backstroke and breaststroke. Just work on that feel for the water through those other strokes. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you're wanting some bike and run training sessions as well, my Ironman 70.3 fast track, maximize your performance in just 10 hours per week, is a great training plan that will complement this swim plan. It's 8 weeks long as well, and in fact it includes the majority of those swim sessions. Due to that 10-hour cap, there's only 2 swim sessions per week in it. But if you wanted a slightly longer session, you can include that third one as well. If you want a strength program that complements your triathlon training, my TriStrong 8 weeks to a stronger, faster you is a fantastic option. It includes 2 strength sessions each week. We start off with strength endurance, and then we move into a phase of basic strength where we build that maximal strength up, and then finishes with a strength maintenance program to wrap things up and make sure you peak for your event. Now, if you want something a little bit more personalized, send me a direct message. I'm easy to find on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm at coach_Ray_NZ. For the North Americans amongst you, NZ at the end. Or feel free to send me an email, coachray@coachray.nz. I've got a range of options to help build your fitness in time for your event, regardless of what your event is and that time frame involved. Obviously, the more time you've got, the more improvements we can make. If you've got a limited time, we'll be optimizing things with the time available. Feel free to touch base and we can organize a complimentary, obligation-free chat. If you have any questions, once again, feel free to add it as a comment to the video or send me a direct message or an email. Have an amazing week of training, week 2 of your Ironman 70.3 swim success.